Okay, so this is my 72-hour bag for a bug out situation of 72 hours, held in a very compact bag. This is, for those who are interested, made by North Star Tactical. It's a deployment bag in DigiCamo, and one of the things I like about it is that it has multiple carry options. You have the shoulder strap, you have a means to mount with a strap in the back, and you also have the hand carry. Okay, and I'll demonstrate that for you right now.
So in this bag, I cover all the categories of what most people would consider the categories needed for survivability over a long-term period of time. And they include the categories of fire, shelter or insulation, hydration, nutrition, tools, navigation, signaling or communication, first aid, protection or self-defense, and hygiene. This bag does not come with the belt, but it does have that option with these straps to mount with, so that you can take the weight off your shoulder and place it on your hips. And by doing this, you're able to add a pack above it, because this will be setting low on your hips. You can add a pack on your shoulders that'll fit comfortably over top and carry extra gear. So I'm going to go over all the contents of this bag and talk about how it works for survival and covers all the different categories needed for survival. But first, let me state this. I do a lot of improvised things, some very simplistic and basic things in the way I do things. Once in a while I do receive criticism from people, but my philosophy is do what works for you in your area and do what works for you based on your intangibles like knowledge and experience. If it works, hang on to it. If it doesn't, drop it. Another part of my philosophy is that pride comes before the fall, and a little bit of humility goes a long way in helping you to survive. So I also categorize things using like the letter C. I have about 13 or 14 C's here to categorize my gear, and as I go through it, they won't be in order of importance, but I'll mention the C's. Now first, I have a cutting device. Now, as you can see, I have this cutting device mounted on the side of the pack using its regular mount, but I also added a mount. This is so that I do not lose this. If this happens to slip out, it's still attached. And also, the knife itself with the sheath is attached using this improvised method that I came up with. This is something that would normally be used for a water bottle, but I find that it very adequately holds that knife in the sheath. And I can remove it, put it back in, and cinch it. I really like carabiners and cordage. And that's another C category, cordage. I have cordage all over this thing. Alright? Along with the other category of container. You see 3 containers right here, and there's a 4th that you don't see. But these containers have cordage wrapped around them. It's an improvised idea I came up with. I sometimes receive criticism about it, but it does work. Very simple peanut butter containers that cover some more categories on the outside of my pack. I'm having a little trouble getting them off, but here they go. Okay. This one is simply the category of calories. What it is my trail mix, and I have some other things stuffed down in there like hard candies. Waterproof container. I've got this how to make it on my Ghost Squatter 1 channel. Like I said, I received criticism about it, but whatever. This C category container covers hydration or water, and it's identified by the blue lid in this case. And there's multiple options here for covering water. To start with, I have a sock, obvious, and the container. The sock for filtering aids, but also I have a metal container in here, boiling, again a bandana, more filter media, and I have an actual filter. This is a charcoal filter that will filter out 99.999 whatever percentage of harmful things, and it's good for a few days.
very good to have. Along with that, I have iodine tabs in a stocking. Again, and I've received criticism from this in the past. A stocking, once again, helping to filter out some of the turbidity, the heavy debris, and then use your iodine. You don't want to use iodine with a lot of turbidity because it's not going to be as effective. So that's just some of the options for water. Oh, here's the other option for water. I have a container with water in it. Okay, and once again, improvised way of carrying it. Got my little carabiner there holding it on to my pack so I don't lose it. Now, another C category is the comfort kit, and I've gone over this in another video, but real quick, it's in a sock. What is in it is a metal cup, once again a boiling container, but it's a container that includes things like a sponge for cleaning and my comfort kit, which is all kinds of different things like tea, coffee, sugar, salt, vitamins, etc., etc. Things that I need for comfort. And yes, comfort is a need. In the long term, you're going to want comfort. It's a very important C category to include in your kits. A couple more things before I get to the interior of the pack. In the C category, cooking. Heavy duty nails, alright? Triangulate them. It's a pot stand. Put it over coals. Put your pot over canned heat. These are going to hold them up. Hey, add one to a staff. You got a spear. Pound them in a tree. Boom, boom, boom. You got a ladder to start getting up that tree. In the C category, calories. It just fit there nice, you know. Some more calories. I've got protein, salt, fat, kipper snacks. I like them. In the C category, candling device. Again, improvised mount. It's held there that way, but it's also held there this way, so I don't lose it. This is a waterproof candling device. Good for up to 30 feet underwater. I highly suggest having a waterproof candling device if you're going to have one that relies on batteries. Okay, so let's get into the interior of this pack. This side pouch is dedicated to two of the C categories, and that is compass or navigation and communication or signaling. But before we get there, we have carry. This is a carabiner representing carry. You want to carry your things in a way that is secure, and that's what the carabiner represents. Navigation and signaling. In C language, it's compass and communication. Obvious, the bright colors, other uses for this. Fluorescent orange would be better, but here we have the compass. This is a nice one. Compact compass. It's got the mirror for signaling or communication. I can navigate with that. Another signaling device. A whistle. Very important thing to carry. And I got some coffee here. You know, I just threw some miscellaneous things. So this covers as well. In that pouch we have comfort and we have calories, Slim Jims and hard candies, etc. Use the pouch for whatever will fit comfortably there and is accessible. This side pouch is dedicated to combustion and cooking. It's my fuel pouch. I've got trioxane, I've got wet fire along with cotton balls with Vaseline, I've got candles. Now, all this stuff works in the C category of combustion, cooking, candling device, etc. What else do I have down in here? Oh, this is just a Ishbit. It's another solid fuel tab. This front pouch covers a variety of C categories. Let me just show you. First we start with covering. This is DEET. Alright, cover you with insects. Very important in the summertime. Obvious in the different seasons, I'll pull that out. Comfort kit again. I've got gum, creamer, sugar, coffee, tea. There's matches in there. And once again, I cover certain things multiple times, like combustion device. What do I have? Combustion devices. Several different ways. I have the open flame from a match, but I also have something that's going to survive in a wet condition. Mag block with striker. I have a regular Bic because you want a flame
in difficult times. But I also have something very important in my opinion. I have something wrapped in rubber. Okay, it's a butane lighter. Very important to get yourself something that's going to light and withstand wind and rain for difficult situations so that you can light a fire. This is one of the ways I do it. I put it in a watertight container. I've got this. That's bad. That's something you want. And I got some fuel here. Oh, combat. Self-defense. Yeah, I just categorize it as combat. Little mace container. Little cook stove, emergency cook stove. I've got, for cuts, category cuts, first aid kit. And there's a tea bag in there too. It's a medicinal tea bag. But I'll show this another time. I'll break it down for you. I made this up. People gave me suggestions. I added a couple to it. Ibuprofen, and I have another cutting device, or hygiene, clean, category clean, C clean, hygiene tool. Nail clippers. Can be used for many other things. That does that for that. My top pouch and final pouch is dedicated mostly to covering, shelter. Okay, first we have cordage. I got nice size hank there. I got a little hank there in a bag. And the main thing would be my GI poncho. Alright, covering, shelter. Get you out of the wind and the rain, the sun. Covering, mosquito netting. Covering, shelter. We have a cutting device that's going to help you make it. Hygiene or clean. We have some items here. Toothbrush, bathroom tissue, and this goes along with first aid. We have some different things you might need, different medications. I have another cutting device or cutting tool, fold up scissors, hygiene, clean, more nail file, and a little knife, another cutting tool. You can see by looking at what I have here that the most important things, shelter, water, rest, and food, are covered in multiple ways. And that's so important with survival, to cover your essentials in a multiple amount of ways, as well as improvised ways, so that if the old standards fail you, you have an improvised way of covering that need. And again, intangibles, your knowledge and experience are so important when dealing with survival, and bug out bags, bug out kits, whatever you want to call them. So it's hard to believe that all this stuff fit comfortably in this little bug out bag, or on it, but it did. And I've been carrying it around. You've seen it strapped to my kayak. I've added to it obviously over the time that I've been using it, but I suggest finding different ways that appropriately fit your need and your possible needs. Anyway, peace.